Well, hello folks, and welcome back. An absolutely beautiful day here in Nova Scotia today. We have had some crazy weather in the last week. Everything is nothing but a sheet of ice around here. And when I say a sheet, I mean like a 6-inch sheet of ice. We're here at the chalet property and we've had 2 ice storms back to back. You can see up there, that is solid ice. So we're not getting nothing done down there until some sand gets, a lot of sand gets put on this. But we're here to talk about this. The toughest truck ever made, in my opinion. This is a 2019 F350 6.7 Powerstroke. It's got, according to the speedometer, it's around 290,000 kilometers, but it's had 35s on it its whole life. I've never had the speedometer calibrated. So we're definitely over 300,000 kilometers on it, that is for sure. This thing has been beat and abused. You can see the snowplow mount there. It's had a 9'2" Boss V blade on it its whole life. It's plowed roads just like this its whole life. Cell tower roads, service roads, cottage roads, all that sort of fun stuff. And not just me, this has been passed on and handed through basically every single employee I've owned. Some have treated it good, some have not treated it good. It's got some battle wounds, that's for sure, but this thing just keeps going, and it does it with a smile on its face, it seems like. So it did get some weight reduction here a little over a year ago. I don't know exactly when, but wow, did the mileage ever increase. My only complaint with this truck was that it was pretty hard on fuel compared to all my other Powerstrokes that I had owned. Now, it's like driving a Honda Civic around. It's unbelievable with the added power. So I've decided that it's time to give this thing some love. It deserves it. I want to keep this truck around. I want to maximize its life and longevity. So I'm going to keep this thing around as long as I can, and I want it to look as presentable as possible and to be taken care of as best as possible. So right away, you can see that the air dam in front here is falling off. I'm either going to get a new one and cut out for the snowplow, or get a Tremor one and see if I can get away with the snowplow mount not being in the way. So item 1, right there. Now, you can see that both of these lights cracked early on. That one's all yellowish. This one over here, I think this one actually still works, but I shut my fog lights off. So I'm going to replace the fog lights. I don't know if I'm going to go aftermarket or go back to the factory ones or not. Plan on keeping the headlights the way they are for now. Might swap out to put LED beams in there, but as far as the lights, I'm just going to keep them factory. Coming down the side here. So, mud flaps. It had mud flaps. And now there's only one mud flap left on this thing. So I do have Husky kickback style mud flaps that I've had for, geez, 4 or 5 years now. I had them when I had my 2020 white Platinum that I put the 37s on. Never got around to using them, so that's happening. I'm gonna put new Husky kickback style mud flaps on here. The running boards, I'm either gonna replace them or do something to make them look a bit more presentable. All the plastic pieces on the front and the back are snapped off. Come down a little bit further here, you can see the first bit of damage. No one knows who did it, no one wants to take credit for it. Someone definitely backed into something pretty solid. So you can see the fender here is ripped, it's just aluminum. The bumper's all busted out. The tail lights are both cracked. So here first, I have a secondhand bumper that's brand new that I'm gonna get for 200 bucks. And then I reached out to an auto body guy and I said, just do what you can do to make this look as presentable and as close as possible. I don't want to spend a bunch of money on this thing, but I want it to look, you know, as good as possible. And doesn't look like it's gonna be too bad to fix that up. I have 2 new lenses on its way off of Amazon for the tail lights, so those will be taken care of. Also, the same guy is going to fix this ding here. That happened up in New Brunswick at some point. Again, I said just do the best you can. I'm not painting the whole panel or nothing like that. I just want it to look fairly close. The toolbox or the fuel tank, I have my aluminum diamond plated toolbox fuel tank combo that I had on the back of my 450 that I'm going to put onto this truck and take that one off and just use as a spare. And this side here is good, really. There's one small little rock ding there. There is some dents down along the bottom where some guys are plowing snow and they plowed into a big pile of frozen chunks of snow. So it dented the bottom up, but you can't really notice it, to be honest. This side here still has the plastic covers on the step side. So for exterior, no, there is one more thing. So the wheels, I'm going to just dip these. I don't know if I'm going to do all black or do gunmetal and then do the black caps or what I'm going to do, but I'm just going to dip the wheels. I dipped some wheels in the past and they held up quite well, because those are basically the trimmer wheels. The trimmer wheels are just black. So that's that. And then for underneath the hood, right now we do have the S&B intake on this truck, but it does need a new filter. So I'm gonna get a new filter, and then I still do have the SPE cold side and hot side piping that I had bought for my 450 that I never got to install. So that's gonna go on here underneath the engine. And then on the inside, it just needs a really good clean. It's been passed around, like I said. She's been a work truck that everyone has used, so I'm gonna get a really good detail done on the inside to get her back up to presentable on the inside as well. I used to take really good care of these things back when I had a bit more spare time, and a couple different people really took good care of it. And anyway, it's been neglected as far as that stuff goes. Be much better once I have the shop, because on days, rainy days, storm days, whatever, we can pull the trucks in and get them cleaned up. Now the other thing that I'll show you is it is out of a line. I gotta get turned around here. Typical situation for it. The other thing is, yeah, that charging system light, that battery light that comes up. I had a couple guys comment in the video and they gave me some ideas of what that is, because I have swapped out the batteries. They gave me an idea of what that is. It's supposed to be a wire somewhere that's pretty difficult to get to, apparently, but that seems to be all that it is. So that's not too bad. I can get that. Get my seatbelt on here. You can get that fixed up. So tomorrow this truck goes in for the alignment and to get and I'm just gonna get them to pop on the tail light lenses if they show up. They're supposed to come on Sunday, but deliveries haven't happened around here because of all the ice, and the side roads are still nothing but a sheet of ice. We literally just got our road sanded yesterday, so hopefully they show up today, so that I'll be able to get those lenses put on. But you can see the steering wheel, she's crooked. Truck still drives half decent, but the steering wheel's crooked. And also in the rear, doesn't seem like the axle is centered with the truck. It seems like the passenger side rear wheel sticks out further than the driver's side rear wheel. So there could be a center bolt that might be snapped off back there somewhere. So I'm gonna get them to look at that as well. But while it's in for its alignment, I'm gonna get them to throw a leveling kit, just a puck, ready lift, spacer, on the front of the truck while they have it, because they're gonna have to do an alignment if they did that anyway. Won't take long to throw that on. So I'm gonna get them to put a leveling kit on this thing as well. And I do have the Carly caster shims that I had again from my 2020 350. So I've got lots of parts that I had from other trucks that I just didn't get the chance to put them on, that I'm going to utilize on this. You can see the steering wheel. But man, I like this truck is like, even my wife's like, don't you think we should, you know, think about getting a newer one? Because she absolutely hates spending money on maintenance, and I mean I do too. But I said no, this truck, I'm keeping this truck until it literally will not get out of the driveway. So with the weight reduction and the tuning, there's also it's just a single stage toe tune, and of course they did some transmission tuning. And with the exhaust brake and the tow haul mode on this truck right now, it is awesome. It's been really nice with all these icy roads. Don't need to use your brake very much at all, which is the last thing you want to do is start going into a slide when you're on these types of roads. So with the tow haul and the exhaust brake, it's pretty aggressive. You really don't need to worry about being on the brakes hardly at all. And then when you want to get up and go, it's got no issue with that, that's for sure. Yes, sir.
Subscribe to the video. Bye. Subscribe to the video. Bye, guys. Okay, turn this off. Put nothing back. Always look. Just stay right there. Just stay right here. Just stay right here. Okay, why is this facing up? Just stop. It'll face up for hours. Okay, guys. This is me, Power. You like this thing?